Live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
All right, August 5th, we are going to be at the Ringer Pub. I thought I would just blow that out right to start this show today. Thousand Oaks and Jones Maltzberger in San Antonio. Our little buddies over at the Ringer Pub are going to have me out for a raffle. This show will not be doing a broadcast, but we're inviting all members of Thunderdome to the Ringer Pub on Saturday, August the 5th, for a very important raffle that we're going to be participating in, benefiting Guardian Community, which benefits cops and fire and first responders and veterans. And it's a nationwide organization, and the woman who helps run the local chapter reached out, and she knows the guys over at the Ringer Pub, and they have a big raffle. So now that they're our little buddy, I decided to volunteer my services and you boys.
No one told me.
If you so choose to do so. It's Saturday the 5th of August, and we'll be out there from... Well, it's going to start at like 2 o'clock and go to whenever. The raffle's going to be like 4 to 6. But the raffle will go as long as we have people that want to donate stuff. So if you want to donate something to our raffle, hit me up. It's also a great way to promote your business. All right? All right. It was night one of Mike's Home Alone.
I feel like this is going to be a recurring update every day as we go through this rough 3 weeks ahead of you.
Man, didn't sleep worth a shit.
Okay.
She's not usually the one that leaves. It's always me.
Right.
I go to the hellscape.
You're telling
her gone
me
was unfortunate.
you didn't enjoy just a little additional space in that bed? Like the first night Steph is gone is the one night where I get the most sleep I get the whole time that she's away.
No, I'll get the most sleep later.
I stretch out. I'm comfortable. I'm not really thinking about the fact that she's not going to be here for the next few extended days. I'm more thinking about the fact that, all right, I can really
well, y'all are
take
10
up
years
as
in.
much. Yeah.
Oh,
I can
cool.
take up as much space.
Oh, yeah, I miss you, baby.
Yeah. Well, it's also the trick of especially because I'm one to volunteer to drive her to the airport. So it's the trick of you got to have that balance of showing enough emotional turmoil over her leaving that she feels like you care and you're going to be severely affected by it. Right.
I didn't drudge up tears.
But you gotta
feign sadness.
You gotta balance it to the point of her feeling like you are going to be okay alone.
Well,
like you can't just
I'm going to be okay.
Puppy dog nipping at her heels.
This is not emotional. It's physical, honestly. For me, night one sucked. I'm assuming maybe tonight or tomorrow, then I'll settle into being alone for the couple of weeks I'm going to be alone. But night one was a shock to the system because I've gotten used to sleeping next to her. And didn't sleep for shit. And she was, and the other thing is I stayed up too late, and I knew that I was going to be up late. And so I knew that I was going to be a little tired today.
Sure.
But when I did go to sleep, I needed to sleep. And the fucking dog woke me up at 5:30. They normally don't get up till about 6:30. Our dogs, it doesn't matter what time I walk them. I've tried everything. Like I usually take them out for their last walk around 8, 9 o'clock. Then they started waking us up at like 5:36 every morning.
Oh, I remember
scratching
that
on
struggle.
the door.
Yeah.
And so I decided, all right, cool. I'm going to take them out for their last walk at like 10:30. Maybe that'll buy me an hour of time. Sure enough, 5:30, scratching on the door. It's between 5:30 and 6 without fail, no matter what time I take them out for the final time. So the dog was in there scratching on the door at 5:30. I didn't go to bed till 1, so I'm unrested. And it was because she was flying there. You know, and I told her I told her when she left yesterday, I'm going to go to bed. But please call me and wake me up. I'll leave the phone on. Just let me know you touched down safely in the land of Godzilla. And then I can sleep because I'll wake up in a panic. It's just Bash on the Asian Week here on Taylor Live.
What are you talking about? We're celebrating it. That was one of my favorite segments we've done of 97 episodes. The history
Asian
of gongs.
Fun with Asians this week. No, it's just I told her, call me, wake me up, because I'll wake up in a panic at 3 o'clock if I don't hear from you.
A 30-second conversation in the middle of night.
Just to know she's there. Yeah. I like my girlfriend, Puma.
I do too, but it's similar. Like if my dad dies in the middle of the night,
No one thinks that way
don't
but you.
call me in the middle of the night. I don't want to be woken up with the worst news of my life. Call me in the morning.
What a selfish asshole.
What am I going to do? I can't
No one's
change
ever
the
said that
I
but
can't
you.
change the situation. I can't bring him back to life.
But don't fuck my sleep up the process. He's dead. What's he going to do?
My point exactly. I'm going to remember that day the rest of my life. I don't need that day to start at 2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Instead of
So the next time
10:30.
your wife's traveling, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and someone breaks into the hotel and she's running from a bad guy, don't call you because you got to get your sleep.
What am I going to do?
Get your ass
hop
up and
on
call
a
it.
red eye and go
Yeah.
and fly to track
Yes.
down the robber?
No one thinks this is. There's got to be a term for this.
It's called it's just called understanding reality and
Assholery?
knowing that nothing I can do can affect that situation that you're describing. There's
The
no
thing is,
impact
man,
I can have.
Well,
there.
I don't think that way at all. I'm not
It's
a sociopath.
only going to be a negative impact.
Apparently, I have feelings.
Okay,
What do you
apparently.
say?
I have feelings.
Yeah, do
I'm
you?
not a fish. What kind of
Yeah, as long as they're your feelings and your way.
Sure. Yes.
Of course.
Like I would like that
Okay,
to be.
that's called
I would like
sociopathic behavior.
I would like that to be the ideal way the news is broken to me.
No, because
Even after breakfast,
No.
let me wake up for an hour, have some coffee, get
you're
some
doing
toast.
a bit. I know for a fact I would not have slept had I not heard from her, and I was tracking her plane on my phone.
How late were you up?
One.
Whoa,
Which
so
for
you
me,
almost
that's crazy late for me.
What do you do to stay? Like I know if I'm up till 1,
Yeah.
there's probably 2 or 3 things I'm doing. Video games,
Cocaine.
Well,
cocaine,
and my,
video games, or fucking. That's,
my daughter just started a new job too, and she's not getting into like 11.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
she just moved here.
The industry job.
She's out alone in a car and working downtown. And so I just found myself last night. Okay, Nina's on a plane to Tokyo. Sarah's working. And so I'm just going to sit up here and at least wait for my oldest daughter to get home and then try to maybe go to sleep. But I wound up not. I wound up staying up late. I drank about two deals of wine, and I watched Running with Our Eyes Closed.
okay, that was my question. What did you watch to entertain? Because I figure you're not just sitting there
Yeah.
drinking
I watched,
wine in a dark room.
No.
That
Rocking
would be,
back and forth.
That would be sociopathic behavior.
No, it wouldn't. That would be
What?
psychotic.
Okay, sorry, you're splitting pubes there.
Sure. No, I wound up watching the Jason Isbell documentary that he allowed to shoot. HBO shot in the most of 2019 and then into the first part of 2020 during the pandemic, in which he was recording and then releasing the record Reunions.
Might as well have been an Amanda Shires documentary as well.
Did we need her involved in everything, Jason?
That's Lubbock's own. That's a
fuck.
proper Texas girl.
I didn't turn it on because of her. I
one
turned it
of
on
the-
because of him. Why'd you turn this into that?
Oh, but I didn't expect you to have such a. The man that needs the 30-second call at 3 a.m. is complaining about the man that includes his loving partner in the documentary.
She's on there more than 30 seconds,
Yeah, and it also.
like you said.
It's also because that album and the making of that album almost ended their relationship. So it's.
Well, he should quit being
It's
a
a good
pussy.
story
Tell
to
her to go
tell.
home. He did tell her to
He
go
did.
home.
That's exactly what he did, actually. Said, I can't deal with you anymore. You got to leave.
Yeah. And yeah, the whole documentary is about his upbringing, what inspired him. This is the great Jason Isbell, who's one of the probably 50 best singer-songwriters we have in America these days. And talks about his early days in other bands and how he battled all kinds of addiction and demons because of his dysfunctional scene. 80% of the rest of us. And it's in the part where they're making the record, it focuses on his character flaws, and it's all about why he's a shit husband and she's the perfect wife.
That's not true. They call her, they paint her for her misdeeds as well.
Well, I didn't sit there and think this is about her. But the point I was going to make is that I have a love-hate relationship with Jason Isbell.
Very much so.
And it's to the point now where I've actually eliminated a whole lot of his songs that I like and are very, very good from my playlist because I've moved on. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He pours it all out, records it, and then moves on. That's kind of his way of getting it out.
Release.
Almost like I've said for years, this show is a bit of a okay. This show is a bit of therapy for me anyway, because I've been able to share with Thunderdome idiotic scenes in my life. Hopefully, mostly from a humorous point of view, but with Isbell, because I've been a Jason Isbell fan for 15 years, if not 20.
I was about to say longer than that. Truckers go back longer.
Yeah, I discovered them after I discovered him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They weren't that big. They were just a traveling southeastern band, and he was the talent, and he screwed it up. You know?
What's his name's pretty damn good too, and still pretty damn good. The founder of the band, I'm blanking on, the guy that was in the documentary, the guy that brought Jason into the Truckers.
Sure, who fucked it up?
Yeah.
And let Jason get away with murder, and they didn't rein him in because he was the youngest kid. He was a kid.
But he was so damn good.
He was good. And maybe he needed to go through all that anyway. I have a
Decoration Day and a weekend.
It's a love-hate relationship with Jason Isbell because the songs that I don't need sad songs forever. You know what I mean? They fizzle out for me. I don't listen to tunes to get sad. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm 48. You know, I'm kind of established now, and I don't have time for bullshit anymore.
Just nothing but yacht rock, baby.
Pretty much.
Keep the vibes immaculate.
If it ain't feeling good, it ain't doing good. No,
put that on a shirt. If it ain't,
it's true. Tell me what? That's all true.
Yeah. That's why I need it on a shirt. And instead of a "fuck you" on Millwall, I need a "if it ain't feeling good, it ain't doing good." The more things stay the same.
Sure. Dion, why do you step out of bounds whenever you have the ball? I don't want to get tackled. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Good times, man. All right, let's talk about my boy Hank the Realtor.
Hank!
Oh, it's that Hank the Realtor. Hank. Come on now, Hank! All these damn people won't stop having babies. As a matter of fact, I am a new uncle today. My youngest baby sister just had a baby this morning.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank
you. Another Taylor clan. There's another one. Whoa.
So people won't stop making kids is the point. And Californians won't stop moving to this dang state. And so what that has done is drive up housing costs, if you might imagine. We talked about the projections in the future of our city alone. By 2050, we're going to have 3.5 million people. Anyway, so real estate is always going to be a tough deal. It depends on what side of the fence you're on. Maybe you've decided to take advantage of the fact that there are not a whole lot of homes for sale. There's a demand. You can get top dollar. Call Hank at Vortex Realty, the official real estate agent of Thunderdome, Hank Perez, and he'll run comps on your place for absolutely free, and then tell you what your place might fetch on the open market. Let's say if you were to put it up for sale today. Obviously, the market's going to change a little bit, but you get a good idea. Maybe you're just, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm done. Whatever Hank tells me, I'm going to put this sumbitch up for sale this week. Call Hank 300-1121. Easy number to remember. It is 300-1121. He will run comps on your property, no obligations whatsoever. Maybe you just want to see what it's worth for now, then think about it for 6 months and call Hank later. That's cool, too. It is Hank Perez, Bernie's own. Born and raised in San Antonio area. Lives and works and plays in Bernie, but he also serves that big swath all the way over to New Braunfels and then down into San Antonio. The official real estate agent of Thunderdome is Hank Perez at Vortex Realty, 300-1121. It is Hank Perez. Call Hank.
Hank!
All right. Another thing I did last night was go back and listen to shows. I from time to time, when I get time, I like to go back and listen to see what we're doing. Oh, stop fucking stepping on him. Oh, shut up. Oh, you should have did that. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I almost have a Jason Isbell-like attitude when I go back. I don't like listening to our show.
God, no.
But you should on occasion.
Absolutely.
No matter how bad it might hurt.
I feel like yesterday was...
I haven't listened to that.
I think yesterday was the dumbest episode we've ever done. Just in terms of some of the statements that were... Possibly.
Possibly.
We sounded like fifth graders talking about like geopolitics with no...
We did.
Yeah. It was great.
It would have been great had my twins been sitting here having the same conversation, but because it was us, it was probably awful.
That's correct. Yeah.
And unfortunate. No, I didn't listen to yesterday's. I went back and listened to last week's after we were at lunch yesterday, and I found out that Britney Spears went on Instagram and demanded an apology from Victor Wembanyama a week later.
She can keep demanding. I don't think you're going to get it, Brittany.
No, she's not going to get an apology. And then she threw out some radio host who said that I deserved to be hit. I thought, wait a minute.
Well.
I said a whole lot of stuff last week about that incident.
I love that this is what prompts you to go back and listen to an old episode. Oh, Britney Spears said someone said she deserved to get hit. Maybe that was me.
Yeah, I was going to go in there and take credit for it. Rule number 1, make it all about you.
I mean, look at what Britney's doing. Rule number 1.
Yeah,
Mike Taylor, Jr., second base.
I'm a narcissist with emotions. I have feelings for some people on occasion. And I went and listened to the show in which it broke overnight and what we said. And then I listened to the next day because we were pretty hard on her that next day. And unfortunately, whilst we certainly did not show any sympathy toward her, neither one of us said so I guess some radio host, she didn't even say what city, could have been in Kenosha. Some radio host said, I deserve to be hit.
Yeah, I bet it wasn't even
It wasn't us. Matter of fact,
Probably
I even said
Vegas.
twice she shouldn't have been hit. But she's a bitch looking for attention, so to hell with her, who cares?
There it is.
That's pretty much what we said.
Yeah.
So
But
it
most
wasn't us.
importantly, said she didn't deserve to be hit, which unfortunately.
No, she didn't.
Yeah,
That was an overreaction.
sure.
It was shitty by her people to call the cops.
Do we even?
And he didn't hit her, by the
I
way.
was
He
about to
hit her
say,
hand, and her hand
we're not
got-
even. We shouldn't even
her hand
say
got pushed
that
against
she
her
got
head,
hit because
like
that plays into her narrative about it.
Sure.
And she got her hand slapped away,
Right.
and her own hand hit her.
Sure, like anybody else's would have.
It's like when your uncle takes your own hand and just stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. That's basically what happened to her.
Basically what happened. All right, it's Taylor Live. It wasn't us. I was hoping that would make us go viral. We'll have to do something dumb next week or maybe today or tomorrow to try to get us to go viral and get more subscribers, which you certainly may do so. Google my name in YouTube. Google my name. Just type my name in YouTube or Google my name if you want to. You can watch this, listen to this thing on YouTube, Spotify. Please like and share our show. Subscribe to it for free. Become a member for only $6 a month. All right? We are trying to raise as much memberships as we can, basically so we can buy cigarettes and booze and rent movies and stuff. Help us out, man. Become a member of our show. You can also shoot us a tip each and every day while we're on the air through the Super Chat. Or you can go to
movies.
buymeacoffee.com.
What year we're doing? What?
I think you'll rent me a movie. How many of those are left?
I've gotten a lot better at this YouTube.
I think there's one Blockbuster video still around, and it's in like
Isn't it a
Portland.
fake
It's
It was
a
in
gimmick.
Bend, Oregon, and I believe it's been turned into like an Airbnb or something
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
cool.
It's
Is
not
it
like
still-
open to the public.
Does it still have the
Yeah.
signage and stuff?
I think so.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
That's I mean,
pretty
do a
cool.
bit with it.
That was always so much fun. What a great time kill, too. Go spend 2 hours just like looking at every movie to pick one or two.
The only problem was though when you had like, and this is something you probably can't relate to, but maybe LG, like certain video games, when you'd rent them, you got it in the clear plastic case. You didn't get the actual like instruction manual or the back of the original case. And there were multiple games like Metal Gear Solid, literally you had to look on the back of the original case to get an exact number to type into the game later in the storyline. So if you rented the game on a Friday night and I mean, what, 1998? I was 12 years old. Like you weren't Googling the answer to that. You weren't looking it up. You were just fucked. You were stuck.
No,
So
that's when you call the Nintendo
you
Power
call
hotline,
the
and they walk you through it. Yeah.
And they walk you through it, and you're paying $5 a minute
Right.
to get help on stage to stage progression. It was such a different time. Like just the thought of Blockbuster alone.
You know, kids catch hell. Younger people catch hell now. Oh, you just want all this instant gratification. We all do. We all like instant gratification. However, there were exceptions. I thought it was fun to go to Blockbuster
Oh, it was great.
or whatever.
Perusing.
And just, hang out in there.
Yeah.
Just looking at movies and reading the covers and shit.
We would buy candy.
I thought it was great.
When we walked in, so
Yeah.
we could just eat the candy as we were walking around trying to figure out what game we would.
Yeah. Our society, and I don't want to come off like the 40-year-old ball coach here.
Yeah,
What's
anytime-
happening today in society?
Anytime you use society,
Here in society, thank you, Navarro, for becoming a member. We have somehow lost how much fun it used to be. The journey. That's one of the things we even preach to our kids now. Enjoy the journey. What journey? Everything's right now.
The journey is the destination.
oh, there it is.
Shit like that.
That sounds like something you put up on your wall next to Live, Laugh, Love, or Eat, Sleep, Pray, or whatever, whatever they are.
I like road trips.
Eat, Sleep, Rave,
Because
Repeat.
while I like what we do when we get there, how many the stories we wind up telling are stories from the road.
Yeah, that hitchhiker you picked up out of Santa Fe and then dropped off in
Whatever.
Prescott, Arizona.
Yeah, or imagine us three on a road trip. The shit we talk about would be the stuff we would do on the way.
I all jokes aside, I completely agree. My favorite thing I've ever done in my life are the multiple road trips I've made through the Southwest with buddies.
Right.
Like literally picking up hitchhikers outside of Santa Fe and dropping them off in Prescott, Arizona.
I would be lying if I told you I've not picked anybody up.
It's a little excitement in the middle of night when you're trying to stay awake as you're driving through the
Yeah, but it was a long time ago.
yeah.
But
Different
that's
time.
the journey, man.
Back when
That's
you
the
rented
fun.
movies from Blockbuster.
I don't mind walking. I don't mind waiting. It became a whole thing. We didn't have the internet, so it's like let's go to Blockbuster, or some of the cheaper ones, some of the lesser ones.
It wasn't even. I don't remember the lesser ones.
There were some good other
There
places
were some
to
other
rent
budget
videos,
ones.
too.
Yeah,
It
but
was like HEB Video Central. Remember that? The
Yeah.
HEB
I never-
video rentals.
this is something I missed because
Yeah.
I didn't go to my first Blockbuster until I lived in Abilene in college. That was
Wow.
because small town. We had prime time video. Was
Okay.
our
Well, same-
own
same
family?
concept.
Yeah,
Exact same.
we had Hollywood Video.
Hollywood
here,
Video,
and then
that's
we
the
had
one.
Pick a Video
Yeah.
with the curtain in the adult section.
Oh,
Yes, walking into there and walking around for an hour was part of the fun. And then you go home. You stop and get some candy and popcorn. You go home. It's an event. You know, that's half your day.
Did y'all ever have fun with putting movies back in the wrong cases? So like you
No, because I'm not a sociopath.
So my buddy, it was a family-owned movie rental place in Glen Rose.
Yeah.
And anytime he was in charge of working, when he would be the only employee there, we would rent two movies. So we'd rent some like Aladdin or some Disney movie, and then we'd rent like Showgirls or something and swap them.
You're
So
the dick
then
that made all
some-
those kids stay late checking them all. The kids that worked in there. Because you had to go. That was part of their job.
it's-
Go check them all.
to make a lookout for people like us.
For sure. Absolutely. No question. But yeah, that was part of the feel good. Again, that's today's theme as I try to get used to Nina being gone. If it ain't
Real
feeling
quick,
good,
what-
it ain't doing good.
What the hell is that on your cup that you're drinking out of? Who the hell is that? No,
This?
the other cup.
Oh, the giant Selena cup?
Is that Selena?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
just seeing that face. I could.
Oh, yeah.
was just seeing the side of it.
That I had
Okay.
Nina on a cup.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
just saw,
mean,
saw
Yeah,
brown
I
skin.
just kept seeing this face come up, and
Oh, no,
yeah,
it's Selena.
that's a really good picture. of
If
Selena,
you
by
had
the way.
asked me,
That's not the typical picture you see of Selena.
if you had asked me if there's a greater chance that you would be drinking from a cup with Selena's picture on it
Yeah.
or a cup with Nina's picture on it, I would have said Nina probably.
Nina, get on that. He needs a cup with your face on it.
No. Now that would be weird.
Oh, that's where we found the line.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Call me at 2:00 in the morning while you're traveling to Asia.
But
Sure.
keep your face off my cup.
Of course. No, so y'all know who I live with, so that's why this is the kind of things that are in my cabinet because of I live with her.
Fair.
So
Did y'all ever have
should see all the
Hastings?
Hastings, yes.
Hastings. That
Yeah.
was a big one.
Yes.
Stephenville had Hastings. I
Yeah.
used that at Tarleton, and then San Marcos had a great
I
Hastings.
remember when Redbox showed
all
up,
of our music.
and
from
I
there,
thought, well,
too.
that's no fun. I like to go in
Yeah.
and walk around, man, and visit. Redbox made it was quick. And it was like delivery
Redbox
service.
was after Amazon started mailing movies, though. Not Amazon, Netflix. Yeah. Because I remember one of my college roommates at Tarleton had Netflix, where it was you picked 3 DVDs, or it was even before you got to pick. It was just you picked like 20 movies, and they would just randomly send them to you as they got them back, because they didn't have a whole lot of inventory yet.
And it was convenient, but it wasn't any damn fun for 15-year-old me who maybe 35-year-old me wouldn't have wanted to go walk around for an hour, but me as a kid, I like to dick around doing stuff. Like take my time, enjoy the moment, smell the roses. All right.
Try to decide if you're going to watch.
Sure. Is it going to be Titanic again for the 7th time, or King Kong?
BBW Smasher 7 or Schindler's List? Which one's it going to be?
Check
this
the
weekend?
box, see if it's in there.
Yeah.
Might be porn. All right, R&R Auto Glass. These are the official glass repair people of Thunderdome. We love them hard very much. Shout out to R&R. They are right by the airport at 281 in Tacoma. They accept all insurances, so it doesn't matter which one you've got, they take it. Also, they will give you a Taylor Especial when you mention me, so go on there and mention me. And they'll take some money off of the dealio. It is R&R Auto Glass, longtime Thunderdome partners. Love them hard. Right by the airport. So if you're going northbound on 281, you just exit Tacoma, take a left, and they're right about a quarter mile on the other side of 281 from the airport. It is R&R Auto Glass. Okay. Tell you what I did not do last night. Watch the stupid ESPYs, which are dumb.
Yeah, I didn't see 1 second of it except for what got posted on social media.
Haven't even looked. I'm glad I did.
It's
a dorkathon.
It feels like I made the right decision watching the U.S. fart and lose to Panama than watching the ESPYs.
Good for Panama.
Yeah, good for Panama.
Good for Panama. But the Spurs won the ESPY for humanitarianism, for the collaboration they made with the Mavericks and the Rockets and our Dallas Stars.
Come on now, Spurs!
The Raiders weren't. The Raiders did their own initiative.
They did.
That's right.
The Raiders donated money to Uvalde on their own.
Yeah,
and they have their own
player that was from Uvalde.
Collective, whatever you call that. The Spurs got involved. They formed that collaboration with the 2 other NBA teams in Texas and the hockey team, and they donated a big fund. But the Spurs have gone way above and beyond since they're the local team. Several trips out to Uvalde, putting mouths where money is. Normally you just throw money at stuff, and the Spurs actually, thumbs up to the Spurs actually doing stuff. Boots on the ground in Uvalde, and it was cool. I've kept up with it pretty good, and that's my Spurs.
I think several trips even sells it short. I mean, it seemed like
daily,
for a while. They were out there monthly.
Trey Jones is buddies with a lot of moms and dads.
Exactly.
Like texts them and stuff after games.
Yeah,
it's above and beyond.
Yeah.
All right, so I was thinking, I was a little, also being alone yesterday, I'll be fine.
Oh God,
I'll be fine.
We're gonna have Melancholy Mike for the next.
Come over, man. Hey, you want to drink a beer? Smoke a joint?
Mike.
Come over and smoke a joint with me, man. No, I'm fine. But I was
come
nostalgic.
in here with Gerard Way makeup on to go all My Chemical on me.
No, I was nostalgic yesterday. For several reasons, one of them being she was gone, and I was, trying to just get through the day and do stuff and hang out and be alone. But it gave me a chance to read and, watch documentaries and stuff. It was a good day. But I was nostalgic because we found out who the presenters were going to be for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's great.
Pretty cool. Yeah. So basically, it's going to be a musical chairs of Spurs legends in Springfield next month on the 12th. So Tony's going to get introduced by Tim and Manu. Pop's going to get introduced by all 4 of his guys: Tim, Tony, Manu, and David. So it's going to be, and we got D Wade, Dirk's going in, Becky Hammond's going in.
I think I saw Dirk it's J Kidd and Steve Nash, his 2 point guards for his career. It's a great class.
Swing Kings.
It's going to be
badass class.
Just if you are the diehard NBA fan from early 30s to late 40s, this is your pinnacle class. There's not going to be a better NBA Hall of Fame class than the one that goes in.
Pretty cool.
This year with Pop, Tony, Dirk, D Wade. I mean, there's not going to be one that comes close to this level of star power that matches up with our generation of fandom.
Right.
Our era.
It was just something struck me as I was sitting there alone in my thoughts. There's something, and I'm not eloquent enough probably to make it poetic, but there's just, once again, God loves the Spurs.
Sure.
So in this summer, in which these legends finally all join each other on Mount Olympus, the big three,
Basketball,
and David and
Valhalla.
pretty much. I mean, obviously, Pop's still coaching, but Pop's going to get in now. So these legends that we've all enjoyed for 20 plus years will all take their place in immortality. The exact same summer as this kid that we just fucking lucked into, boy, again, gets ready to take over. There's something poetic there.
There's a nice balance there.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I wonder where Victor Wembanyama, I don't even know where he'll be. He's gone underground smartly, which this columnist said he should do about 3 weeks ago, if you recall. So
I'm still getting used to it. I swear to God, for a second and a half, I literally had to think to myself, well, what columnist is he talking about? Oh, yeah, that's
guy.
right. That guy. That's right.
I wonder where he's going to be that night. You know, what will he be thinking as he watches those dudes get inducted? Hopefully he'll be hyped because it's like, I'm next.
When is
Stand
it?
back. It's my turn. August 12th, I think.
So he theoretically could be in attendance. That's not
Maybe.
Camp hasn't opened by then yet.
No.
Because camp usually opens like beginning of October.
Yeah, I bet he does not go. Because he's not part of them.
Yeah.
He's the new baby.
But it's Tony
But
getting
they'll leave him at
inducted.
home.
It's
Yeah,
Tony that it was
that's
his
true.
personal connection. He
Yeah.
played for Tony's team.
Sure.
It wouldn't surprise me if there's one head that's much higher above the crowd than everybody else sitting in attendance.
And I think, he's no doubt he's already weighed the enormity of what he is being relied upon to do, and that is get this thing back to the top. Soon. Get back to being the Spurs, being one of those franchises. And I think that's what he wants to do. All he said since he got here was, I came here to win titles, so get ready. I mean, he chose to wear number 1, for God's sake.
What he's always worn. Yeah.
But still, he's
which
worn one
tells
for a
you-
reason.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he'll cave at all underneath whatever pressure there is on him. I think he's going to be fine. And seeing them symbolically now get in, it's the symbolic turning of that page. It's his team now. It's his team. Anyway, there's something poetic there.
I forgot about how loaded Timmy's Hall of Fame class was because that was Kobe and KG too. Mm-hmm. So this feels like this is the kind of
Right
the
there
last
right on.
one of the era. Then.
Right. And for Gen Xers like me,
Yeah.
who has wanted more stars in the NBA, it's just yet 2 more dudes. Tony's been retired 5 years, but still. It's just more household names that I grew up watching as a kid in the 90s and early 2000s that are all, it's and the younger guys that are in their 30s and, early 30s now are realizing that's when you start feeling you're getting older as a person. It's like your heroes growing up as a kid, when they start retiring, then they start getting into the Hall of Fame. You're like, what the fuck? Wait till they start dying. Then you're going to start feeling old.
Or wait till they start passing the Brimfree, Wilford Brimfree line. Are you familiar with that at all?
So what is that?
The actor, the
Wilford Brimford, the
Brimley.
old Quaker Oats guy?
Yeah. The old Pepperidge Farm dude.
Yeah.
When he was in Cocoon, you remember the old terrible?
Sure.
Or not terrible, whatever. The movie
fine.
Cocoon is fine, whatever. He looked like he was already 70 years old. But he was like in his early 50s, right?
Right.
So there's a running bit on social media when a celebrity passes the Brimley line.
Right. Oh, okay.
So when they pass the age of what Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon, yesterday Eminem passed that line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he seemed like a kid to me when he came out.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that was a wake up call yesterday when I saw that. It's like, oh shit.
All right, let's call this part of our show Taylor Trash. Don't have
Just accept the fact that you're white trash, all right? Take a look at yourself.
All right, we're working on it. I still need
Maybe
some
we'll
bed
have
music.
some bed music soon.
Maybe we will. I'm very confident that we've got bed music coming.
I hear the responses after yesterday were
Oh my God.
potentially profitable.
Look, I appreciate all the bands that reached out, but that was another big chunk of my day yesterday, answering bands. I talked to about 7 lead singers of bands yesterday.
It was exactly what I asked for, and man, it was a lot.
Well, I'm happy. You know, I'm excited. You know, I'm gonna start this kind of thing. I'm gonna start putting to you.
Push it off.
Put 'em on.
Yeah.
Here, talk to bands.
I'll control
That's your
that.
assignment. Okay, cool. We'll do let's do serial killer talk because it's fun, and it's one of the things that I enjoy the most in this world. That and perusing old school video. I'm gonna restart a video store just for the hell of it, for nostalgic purposes.
Time out.
Yes.
Before you jump into what's next, is that not potentially maybe a profitable idea?
Huh.
Like going straight full vintage movie rental shop? The problem is
Because people younger than you are now wanting to buy VHS tapes.
That's what I was about to say. Like the craze of collecting VHS tapes is.
I believe one of the more famous old video shops in LA just did exactly that and reopened.
Wow. Record stores too they've had a renaissance.
Investment. Get in contact with us because I think that's a good idea.
What do you want to run it?
Sure.
I think
A
you'd be good
bar.
at it.
We could do a bar / like a movie rental place with a speakeasy in the back.
Love You Hard TV Land.
Oh my God. Love You Hard videos.
Why not?
Why not?
I think we'd do fine. You can come up with the dollars. I have we have investors.
Potential investors.
Slip into my DMs. All right. Taylor Trash is brought to us by Hardwick Mortgage, which we'll get into in a minute. Thank you, Hardwick Mortgage. Let's do the segment, then we'll get into the live. Did you boys see who has been released from prison?
I think I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name. The former cheerleader, member of the Manson family.
Yep. Leslie Van Houten.
There you go.
Has been released. Good Lord. I mean, the only thing, look, she did all this shit with Charles Manson when she was 19. And that's the only defense that I can give her. It wasn't like she was 32.
Yeah, I mean, what did she have more under her belt? Years on Earth or stab wounds to the victim?
Stab wounds.
Stab wounds to the victim.
My point is, she was a kid, and so I've got mixed emotion. I've got mixed feelings on her being released. She's in her 70s.
Sure,
She's
19's not a kid. That's a grown ass adult in the eyes of the law.
No, I mean, no doubt she was a sick maniac.
We try 16-year-olds as adults if they commit murder.
Turtle perversion. I don't know that I want 16-year-olds to try.
Oh, I
as
certainly
adults.
don't. I agree with you.
So Leslie Van Houten, one of the murderous roustabouts that ran and killed with Charles Manson. Of course, that fucking pussy never killed anybody. He just had people do it for him.
Kind of genius.
Pussy. She's been freed in California. Released after 53 years behind bars. And according to her attorney, Leslie is living in a transitional living facility, halfway house.
Yeah.
According to the AP, or ABC News rather, she was released to parole supervision and will have a 3-year maximum parole term with a parole discharge review occurring after 1 year.
So
the governor of California is pissed, Gavin Newsom.
But he also said he's not going to fight it.
He was out of appeal pretty much.
Yeah. So she was originally sentenced to a life sentence, correct?
Yes.
With
the possibility of parole.
Had she gone through the
She's
parole?
failed twice.
Failed twice.
Yeah. She's been denied twice,
So
I should say.
over the last, probably 8 years? I mean, thinking about
in
how
recent
that process.
last 10.
10, yeah.
She was, again, just turned 19 when she participated in one of the scenes. There were 2 scenes, as y'all know, back-to-back nights. On August the 10th, 1969, she was at the LaBianca mansion. That was the rich grocery chain store owner.
The family, yeah.
Lino LaBianca and his wife Rosemary were there in their house. And they were both stabbed to death, and the word war was carved on Lino's stomach.
Didn't they write words in blood on the wall, too?
That was the night before.
That was the night, okay.
Yeah. You gotta know your
I'm
butcherous murder scene.
That's why I'm asking the expert. I admit my lack of education on the subject. That's why I'm glad I have such a renowned expert sitting in front of me.
This is a podcast I should be doing.
Yeah. Are we now a true crime podcast?
Sometimes.
Okay.
So she did a sit down 30 years ago, 1994, and told ABC News that she and another one of the followers, they took Rosemary while the others were in there torturing Leno. They were told to go get Rosemary and get her out of the room. So they got Rosemary, the wife, dragged her into a bedroom. And according to Leslie, quote, the sounds of Mr. LaBianca dying came into the bedroom where we were. It was horrible, guttural. She, Rosemary, started calling out to him and yelling for him. And at that moment, for a brief moment, I realized, these are people that actually love each other. Because she was out of her mind, but she's been haunted by his screams and her screams. And I mean, she still fucking did it.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
and of course, and she was under the spell of Tex.
Yeah.
Tex Watson. We got a lot of famous Texans.
Yeah.
So while she was just kind of, this is her account,
sure.
Mind you. She's standing in the room. Tex is beating the shit out of Rosemary just to subdue her, and then goes over to Leslie and says, your turn, do something. Just point blank tells her, do something. Because Charlie told Tex, make sure every one of the girls gets their hands dirty.
Yeah.
Is the way Charlie would word that. So she figured, well, I'm already in this cult. If I don't do this, Charlie's probably going to have Tex kill me. And so she stabbed Rosemary in the back 16 times.
Oh, it was only 16.
Okay, so
thought it was. So she had more years on Earth than stabbed.
She was not at the murders the night before over at Sharon Tate's house.
The Polanski.
The Polanski house, where Sharon Tate was. That's when they removed the child from her pregnant body.
They damn sure did, Mike.
Then here's the blood of the baby to write things on the walls, such as war pigs and helter skelter and things of that nature. So
simpler times before Blockbuster.
Yeah, maybe she shouldn't have been released. No, I mean, God forbid we rehab people in this country. We just lock them in cages and treat them like beasts. And look, I'm a guy who
you would have rather her been killed by the state.
Sure,
Save
if I did
money.
something like that, sure.
Yeah, execute her 6 weeks after
There is
the
room
murder.
for rehab, though. It depends. Every situation is situational. Thank you. Stylin' One Biker just subscribed. What's up?
Every situation is situational.
It absolutely is.
Of course it is. It's right there in the sentence.
Put that up there with if it ain't feeling good, it ain't doing good. I'm right.
Words of wisdom.
I've watched documentaries before, like in Germany. Now, granted, again, when we compare the United States to the other countries that do things better, these are countries not even a quarter size of ours, So you can allocate funds easier in Germany and such. Have you seen what they do to murderers in Germany?
Which part?
In Germany.
Where it's pretty much a luxury resort? Yeah. Have you seen what they do in Norway? It's even more lax.
What do they do?
It's basically a house arrest.
Well, I mean, it's almost that in Germany.
Yeah.
You can't leave, and you are forced to undergo therapy and rehabilitation procedures the whole time you're in there. And you get to sleep in a decent bed. You get to eat decently. I mean, it's not like living in a nice apartment. It's like a halfway house for convicted murderers.
Correct, yeah.
But they have a really good track record. If you study their data over the last 30, 40 years of guys that do finally get paroled, not everybody gets paroled.
Right.
The ones that do, the return rate to prison's pretty low. So they've got math on their side to suggest that they know what they're doing, just trying to treat people like human beings. Of course, again, it depends on what the dude did.
Doesn't France have a maximum sentence? I think France, the max you can serve any crime in prison outside of terrorism, I think is like 25, 30 years. So like it's mandated. I'm almost positive of that. There's a cap.
Yeah.
So they determine basically, we've got 3 decades to rehabilitate you one way or another.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see what their
I
return
want to
rate
see
is
that too.
Yeah.
And again, though, we're a giant country with 330 million people. Germany has what? 80.
We're also a much less homogenous culture as Germany
and Norway
or Norway
for sure.
Yeah.
As in, you mean like
plays into social issues. It plays into
but
social.
that's a different tentacle of the octopus. All right, segment brought to you by Hardwick Mortgage. If you are thinking about upgrading and getting a bigger home, better home, different side of town, or wondering how much can I afford if I decided to even dip my toes in the possibility of buying a home, call my boy Brad Hardwick at Hardwick Mortgage. Get yourself pre-qualified. Home values have really gone up, obviously, in significant years, as we talk about every day now on this show. And maybe you can go get you got equity in a house you're already owning. See what you might be able to get if you sell your home, pay off other debts, get out of debt by selling your house, access needed cash for whatever it is you need it for. In the market for a new home, my boy HM, they can help you out across multiple lenders. Get the best deal for you. Hardwick Mortgage, HM for short. If you're looking to purchase land, sell land, Hardwick Mortgage is my guy. Hit him up at 500-3835, 500-3835. The information is presented for informational purposes. This is not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Information and our dates are subject to change without notice. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. As a result of refinancing, your total finance charges may be higher over the life of the loan. Visit my man at hardwickmortgage.com for more information. Hardwick Financial Services, NMLSID 1972012. It is Hardwick Mortgage. Okay. What else today, boys? Again, I'm not in the dumps. It's the first day. I miss her. And that's the other thing. She's far. And you know the thing that I also deal with, and this is the chivalry in me. Like, as a man, there's this thing where you want to protect. Open the door. I didn't have anybody to protect yesterday or open the door for. You know what I mean? I can't protect her, which is silly and mostly irrational because she can get killed just as easily in San Antonio as she can in Japan. But I'm not there.
Statistically easier in San Antonio.
Sure.
San Antonio.
There it is.
Well, but again, I'm not like, she stubs her toe or, she falls down, skins a knee. I can't help her go get medicine or whatever. Just silly stuff like that. So I'm fine. And I'm happy for her. She's going to be in Japan visiting her son for 2.5 weeks. And we're going to be good. We're going to be very good. God knows, I wish I were with her, but as things turned out, I got a daughter here now. Got old senior citizen dogs. I'm hustling on this show every day. Felt like I should stay home this time. Maybe next time. Going to Hawaii in August, by the way. 21st.
Okay.
So that's a Monday. Might not be able to do the show on Monday the 21st.
There it is.
LG, I'm going out of town. I'll let you know later.
Thanks.
It was a very dismissive
I
acknowledgement.
just told you. I that's what I just did. I just effing told you now. That's it. I told you now. All right. That's it, boys. So I don't want to that's the thing. I've heard people say, "Hey, man, y'all need to stop going more than 45 minutes or one. Y'all need to go like an hour and a half, 2 hours." Well, it's a working. I don't want to. Some days it may go over an hour. Some days it may not. I don't want to. I want to come on here and shoot the shit and talk as long as it naturally flows.
We went like an hour 15. I think that was our longest one. Last week.
I tell you what, I'm gonna send you a video, LG, if you're cool with that. So my boys over at the soccer club sent me some video of them laying the grass on these fields. Y'all want to go over and see the fields? Maybe not today, but some point next week when I get totally out of things to do. Want to go look at some soccer fields with me? Because I think if we go up there, we'll get a better feel of. I want us to visit all of our partners. We're all in. This is our little thing here. We got people that are now partnering up with us. Guess time to do our part.
We need to do like a company outing again and just go visit all the clients.
Yeah, sure.
And,
Yeah. Maybe we'll rent out the top of the tower and have everybody show up and feed them filet mignon or something.
Yeah, it's a good tax write-off.
A good bit. Jokes for three. No, but we should get up there and check out these fields. I'll send you the video they sent me, these homeboys laying the grass. San Antonio City Soccer Club, the official soccer club of Thunderdome. In all my career, I've never had an official soccer club, and now we do. And it's San Antonio City Soccer Club. And they just spent $2 million on these 8 fields up there. 1604 in Blanco, right near Speck Road, up on the north side. And I need to get up there because it's going to be just beautiful. And they're finishing up the fields as we speak. And by this fall, when leagues get up and running and teams start playing games and such, man, it's going to be a beautiful scene. And so what we need, this is another one of my side hustles. Those of us at San Antonio City Soccer Club, what we need is we need sponsorships for the field. So if you're interested in putting your name on one of the soccer fields, we got all kinds of sponsorship packages now available through their socials. You can call them or just slip into my DMs, and I'll get you taken care of. We need naming rights, and we want to talk about treating people good, sponsors and stuff. Get your name splashed on the field. Big old entrance sign with the name on there. Big old banners everywhere with your name on there. I'll sit up here and read. I'll wear T-shirts that have your company on them. I treat my clients good. A big old long
Quit
banner.
saying big old every time.
Big old prestigious.
Big old.
Put your website link right there on the show. Social media endorsements out the yin yang. Marketing materials, office display, you name it, you get it. We're looking for partners with us. So if you want to help us by sticking your name on one of our fields up at the San Antonio City Soccer Club, hit me up, Holmes. Hit me up as soon as you can. All right, what are you boys doing today? Got plans?
No, pretty boring one today.
Okay, 11 more hours of YouTube.
Yeah, I'm now catching up on some old Assassin's Creed story videos. So,
By the way, somebody posted your 11-hour video on the Mike Taylor Show Reddit page.
Oh
they
my
really?
God.
And I checked it out, and you didn't tell me it was all cutscenes from the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah, like it's-
That's what I said. I thought it was like some crappy YouTuber who made a
no.
long documentary.
No, it's just all spliced.
yeah,
to
it's a
be
lot of
one
that was a
long
lot of
movie.
effort. I didn't watch it, but I skimmed through it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So, okay, for those, the radio man in me is like, y'all
Reset,
explain what the
yeah.
fuck are you talking about?
Oh, it's when you're playing a video game, there's certain
No, I
parts.
don't.
Okay, well, hear me out. The metaphorical you,
Right.
when you're playing a video game, there's certain parts you're controlling, and then
Okay.
there's certain parts you're just watching, like it's
Right.
a cinematic movie.
See.
So a trend on YouTube, something that this is show research, fellas. I'm just doing show research to see how we can gain some audience traction here.
Okay.
So
Sure.
a trend on YouTube is to splice all of the cinematic parts of a video game
Yeah.
into one big movie, basically, one
Okay.
big video.
Okay.
So you're watching the storyline. You're watching the story of the video game without actually playing it. It's like you're watching the movie of the video game.
All right.
And so I got some free time on my hands.
Clearly.
There's some games there's games that I have no interest in playing whatsoever. I'm not going to play through the story mode of Mortal Kombat.
Right.
But because I played it as a kid, and I remember having nightmares about Shang Tsung trying to suck my soul out of my body, could have been worded better. Steal my soul. we'll go with that. I'm still curious about how they're actually keeping a story mode alive literally 30 years later, almost 30 years later.
Damn. All right. Well, I got to write a column and get an oil change and hopefully get some sleep. I'm tired.
Yeah, I was
need
about
a
to
nap.
say, you're
need a
gonna nap. That is the one, you're not going to have to worry about nap time being interrupted for anything for the next 3 weeks. There's some silver linings to
Sure.
your isolation.
My daughter got a job at a restaurant making desserts. And so Sunday we're going to go buy all the ingredients so she can practice at home.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be baking daddy on Sunday. I mean, we're reaching here. I gotta kill time.
You got 3 weeks.
I got 3 weeks.
It's time to make some pastries.
I bet your ass. I need baseball to start back up. I can watch games.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
right there
need
with
something
you.
to watch at night. All right, that's it. We're done. Appreciate everybody. Thank you, Thunderdome. Thank you to DJ LG. Thank you to the Poomer. Thank you to Ellie the Dogo for always being quiet during our shows. I just jinxed it. All right, we'll see you boys in here, manana. Love you hard.
Come back, you puppy!
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
This is a Bronx-bound 6 local train. The next stop is